Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Schwann Super Rink for CTN's live coverage of the 2016 Schwann Cup quarterfinals. It's gold bracket action as the team from Spring Lake Park, Coon Rapids, takes on the Mirage from Proctor, Hermantown. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action. And Howie, this is a Proctor Hermantown team coming in hot, 7 straight wins, and they want to keep it going through tournament time.
Yeah, they're a 9-3 squad, and they wanted to be in this tournament. Had played in the Burnfield tourney for the last number of years. Decided they wanted to be able to opportunity to play here in this venue. They're coming in tonight a very defensive-orientated squad, and so it'll be interesting here.
Well, the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids squad has had to be very defensive because they haven't been able to produce a lot of goals. But they will have their hands full trying to limit this Proctor Hermantown squad. Over their last 7 games, 7 straight wins, averaging better than 5 goals a game.
Yeah, and they're led by Brianna Stoffney, 10 goals, 10 assists in those contests, and she's very good. And the key for them is they get back Callie Hoff. Keep an eye on her tonight, number 6. She's been out with an ACL. She's coming back. She is their best goal scorer, according to the head coach, Glenn Gilderman.
Well, and for Spring Lake Park, Coon Rapids, we talk about it, not a lot of offense over the recent stretch. They're still hovering about the 500 mark, but playing in a very tough conference. They knew that's kind of how they would have to be, but they need to find more offense through the second half of the season.
Coach Nelson says we're getting better every game, and they're looking to girls like Brianna Del Castillo. She is coming in at 5 goals, 3 assists. She scored 4 of the last 5 goals for SLPCR, and she's one of those girls that they're going to look to. They need to put the puck in the back of the net if they're going to be successful.
Well, it's a tough bracket here. It's one of the premier tournaments in the country. The Schwann Cup gold bracket starts next on CTN.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Back at the Super Rink, just about ready to get this one underway. The Proctor Hermantown Mirage and the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids squad, and Proctor Hermantown able to get it into the zone early. Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids gaining possession with Corrigan behind her own net. Trying to get it off the boards for Del Castillo. That was stopped up. Gets through and past Del Castillo, held in at the line by Gunderson from Proctor Hermantown. Walking in, a little backhand, not a lot on that for Hoff. And she tracks it down on the far side. And how you talked about watching for her back from that ACL injury, already making things happen on the opening shift on the forecheck.
Well, Coach Golderman was so excited to get her back, so this is really a spark for our club, and to have her back in this tournament means a lot to the squad.
Schultz placed it up the boards, but kept in by Opsahl at the blue line. Opsahl challenge, coughs it up. It's flipped up into the SLPCR bench. And we'll have a face-off in the SLPCR zone. SLPCR able to win the draw, played out to the point from the corner and carries Kiro back into the neutral zone. Across for Halverson, off the boards, nobody home for Proctor Hermantown. That pass didn't quite click. That'll be icing as it was just out of the reach of Cameron Crawford. And another face-off in the SLPCR end.
There's head coach Glenn Gilderman, his 19th season as the head coach since the inception of the program. He has been the one and only coach for the Proctor Hermantown Mirage.
Halverson and Crawford tie up off the draw. Puck to the corner, battled 4x4. Comes loose out to the point. Halverson will dump it back in on the backhand. And he comes back out to her, poke to the face-off dot. Crawford tried to clear, still bouncing around. And finally controlled by Bloomquist. Her pass just out of the reach of Jordan Keller, but icing waved off. Keller trying to center, bouncing puck out front, handled by Schwartz in the corner. Circles, and now we'll leave it along the sideboard. Simikiewicz moves it down low. Tie up along the end board. Simikiewicz able to dig it free. She spins centers. That was off the skate of Zarate. Cleared but not out. Fired in hard by McClellan. Poked around on the near side. Thomas gets it to the line, but kept in by Schultz. Schultz lost the handle. Cleared now off the near boards by Halverson. And a race into the SOPCR zone. Free puck collected by Schultz. She takes it behind her own net. Lost the handle a bit. And then Simikiewicz lost an edge and went sliding in. Puck loose again. Picked up by Proctor Hermantown. Dangling along the end boards is Tayan Miller. Plays it out to the point. And now all the way down. Tracked into the zone by Reynolds. Reynolds ahead. Murphy broke it up momentarily and then dumped it deep by Opsahl. And it's tied up in the SLPCR end. Opsahl had it poked off her stick. Out to neutral ice and dumped back in deep by Gunderson. Behind her own net goes Northquist. Tried to play the long pass out to center ice, but that was intercepted and played back in deep. Kept in along the near boards. Turnaround shot by Hoff, kicked away by Miller. Rebound chance just goes wide. And scooped up in the corner by Emma Murphy. She lost it. Hoff out, backhand chance. Miller came out to challenge, made the save, and now sweeps it to the corner. Good pressure from Proctor. Hermantown fanning on the shot. At the point was Kennedy Halverson. Ends up in behind the net. Murphy ties up there. And it's Hoff coming away with it. Hoff out to the point. Gunderson tried to get it back to her, but broken up by Brina Del Castillo. Dumps it off the boards and will race into the zone and win the battle, and then fires it in behind the net. Far side, Cameron Crawford meets there with Tori Thomas. Behind the net, collected by Skylar Gunderson, tied up by Crawford. Crawford flips it up the boards. Only one there is Joanna Tottinen. Got it to center. Good collision between Bloomquist and Katie Leonard, and SOPCR back into the zone. Shot is blocked, poked at, puck loose. Comes free, back out to neutral ice.
SOPCR trying to do something offensively. The Mirage playing pretty well in their zone defensively, keeping it outside and not in front of that net.
Halverson into the zone. Not a lot on that wrist shot, and the stick directed into the corner by Sammy Miller. Proctor Hermantown able to keep it in the zone. Good effort along the blue line by Thomas. SLPCR plays behind the net. Bloomquist along the near boards, fanning on the pass, and it's kept in. And I don't know that Miller saw that until the last second. Michaela Kiro with a quick shot from the blue line.
Well, Joe, so far early on tonight, the Mirage doing a nice job of keeping it down in the SLPCR end, just limiting what the team in red, white, and blue wants to do, and trying to get the puck out of their own zone, making it difficult for them.
Off the drop, poke to the blue line, held in there by Kiro. Kiro walking in, wrist shot, saved by Miller, and she'll hold on as Taylin Miller was right on the doorstep, crashing for a rebound.
Kiro does a nice job of just stepping up and getting the shot right into the midsection of Miller.
Pass was off a skate of Zarate. Miller has it behind the net. Tried to escape, broken up, poked at, comes free, out to the point. Held there by Reynolds. Zarate can't get it past her. Back to Reynolds. Reynolds skates to the center, takes his shot, and stick save into the corner. Back out front, bounced away from Miller. Behind the net is Northquist. Out to the point, walking in is Reynolds. And another save for Miller. Hoff will leave in the corner for Thomas. Thomas back to Hoff, a shot, a blocker save by Sammy Miller. A lot of work early for the SLPCR netminder. Centering pass deflected, and Zarate will skate to neutral ice and dump it into the Proctor Hermantown zone. And SLPCR getting a line change, trying to capitalize. Stoffney down the boards, cut back, and gets a shot, but Miller makes the save and holds on for another faceoff.
Stoffney did a nice job of just gaining control of the puck and getting the shot in on Miller. She's going to sidestep the defender and get the shot right to the glove.
Guaranteed Hannah Schultz did not like seeing her getting turned around like that. Don't see that often. Not a lot on that shot from Gunderson. Schultz can't play it around the end board. Will get it back and skate up near side ahead for Brina Del Castillo. Del Castillo will dump and chase. Played around by Opsahl, stopped up far side, but comes right back to Hoff, skipped it off the boards. Here's Stoffney into the zone. Stoffney trying to cut back out front. She's dragged down, no arm going up. And play will continue. SLPCR trying to move up. Big steal low in the corner by Halverson, but SLPCR able to recover. Slapped that up the boards by Brazier. And coming in with it for the Mirage is Opsahl. Opsahl behind the net. Little one-timer, didn't have anything on it. Came back to Opsahl, out to the point. Gunderson is shot, deflected and ended up behind the net. Net has come off, and that will draw the whistle. And another faceoff coming up in the SLPCR end.
Well, the SLPCR squad needs to find a way to alleviate some of that pressure in front of their net. Right now, they don't have an answer for the Mirage down in their end. And give credit to Proctor Hermantown for doing a nice job of controlling the puck.
Win another draw, played down low, centering pass, backhand chance. Miller makes the save, but it's back on the stick of Helks behind the net. She dumps it back into the near corner. Ashley Nelson to recover for the Mirage. Pokes free, far side. Keller's first one there, slips it past one defender, but support is there in the form of Helks. Plays it across the shot, and that deflected up and over the net. Corrigan's pass gets away, held in again by Kiro. And now SLPCR able to get it out of the zone. Halverson stopped up, had it stolen by Keller. Stepping in for it is Kiro, and she'll turn up ice. Into the zone, Miller drops it off for Kiro, that she got tied up a little bit. Able to regain control, walk one defender, still with it to the slot, finally bumped off it, and SLPCR able to skate to center. Dumping it in is Emma Murphy. Far side tied up in the officials' skates. Zarate with it, slapped off her stick by Hadrich. And now Miller, cross ice, skips just out of the reach of Thomas. And Schultz will recover in her own end. Long pass through center, tipped ahead, and turned back over to Olivia Opsahl. Her pass turned back the other way again, and Spring Lake Park CR able to play it into the zone. Hoff back to control behind her own end line. Long pass broken up and sent right back in by Bloomquist. Reynolds pressured by Brazier behind the net. And here's Brianna Stoffney, long cross ice pass. Hit Leonard with speed. Leonard turning in front of Northwest along the boards, maintains control, tried to center, that was tipped up. And Sammy Miller has seen enough.
Yeah, she really has, and you know, this is a team in Proctor Hermantown that's really not intimidated coming down here and playing in this tournament, doing a nice job of pressuring, doing a nice job of finding looks. You see Miller grabbing that one for the save. SLPCR just not generating any kind of offense.
Del Castillo able to come up with a steal, stolen right back by Hoff. Little toe drag, Stoffney shoots off the crossbar and up out of play. Another face-off in the SLPCR end. Yeah, this is a team that's 7 straight. They believe.
Absolutely.
They've scored 5 goals on average over those 7 games. And that is not a fluke. Their last loss coming into the hands of Breck, one of the top teams in single A each and every year. Miller, pretty easy save. We'll cover up. We'll try another faceoff.
Well, Coach Gilderman said, the girls are really excited about being in this tournament. It gives them an opportunity to play with some, they see some good quality squads, but coming down here, they get an opportunity to play some of the Minneapolis schools.
Off in the corner, turns to center, is deflected on Miller, who makes the save. SLPCR able to get control, and it's Keller through center. Good back check by Stoffney, played in and covered up by Ryan Geary, and that may be the first time I've mentioned her name.
I think it is the first time you've mentioned her name.
That's not good.
No.
More than 10 minutes into the contest.
Well, it's good good for the defense, no question about that, of Proctor Hermantown.
Yeah, not good if you're watching Spring Lake Park, Coon Rapids.
Correct.
Not a lot on the shot by Crawford off the draw. Recollected behind the net, and Kiro looks to move. Her pass deflected, broken up. Played back off the boards. The backhand dump attempt by Tottenham didn't get in. There's a chance. Miller, couple of saves and able to cover up with Abby Halverson right on top of her.
We've talked about Sammy Miller all year and what a good goaltender that she is, and she's really, kept the squad in a lot of games with her stellar play, and that's just a quick job to bring it inside and make sure she covered up the puck.
Off the draw, Zarate able to race to the other end, plays it off the board, can't track it down, and it's left off the end board for Kiro. Kiro back behind the net for Reynolds. Reynolds out of the near corner. That pass deflected. Gamley can't stop it. It's kept in at the line, though. And now played all the way in and around by Murphy. Kiro in the far corner. Lost the handle a little bit. Pressured by Bezcalo. Plays it back to the near side where Reynolds has it. Cross ice pass too far. That'll be icing. And the face-off coming back to the right of Proctor Hermantown keeper Ryan Geary.
Yeah, and again, the opportunity for
Ryan Gray, excuse me.
SLPCR now down with that face-off coming in the Mirage end. Work on what they've been doing in practice, Coach Nelson said. We've been working on generating offense. We've been trying to do a better job of that, just averaging about 1 goal a game.
Quick shot from the point, turned to the corner by Gray. Proctor Hermantown regains control. Opsahl behind her own net and now turns up ice. Opsahl lost the handle a little bit. Schultz had it, and the Mirage in offside. Look at Hannah Schultz, SLPCR leader on defense, and quite a player.
Oh, she's really good. We talked about 5 goals, 3 assists, both for her and for Del Castillo.
And here is Brina charging down the left wing, trying to get around the corner. In behind the net. Now we'll go across. Here's Schultz. Schultz, a wrist shot. That's misplayed, still loose. And Proctor Hermantown able to keep it out of the net. Tried to play it back out front. Del Castillo out to Schultz. Schultz through traffic. Puck's loose, swept at. Still loose, finally. Played to the blue line and out. Northwest has to chase it back to her side of the red line.
They had such a great opportunity. There's plenty of space left to put that puck behind Gray, but nobody can get a stick on it.
Crawford stops it up along the boards, got it to Keller, dumped in on the backhand, and turned around by Kennedy Halverson back out to center ice, back to Halverson. And Halverson, how is that not too many? There's like 8 players on the ice and someone right by the box, but apparently a good change called by the official. The one playing the puck was replacing a player already on the bench. I assume that was a dangerous spot to play with that many feet on the ice in the same color. Good possession throughout this whole period for the Mirage. Pass out front doesn't quite click. Had Stoffney right there, but she was well guarded in front. Hoff had her pocket picked. by Simikiewicz. And here comes Bezcalo. Bezcalo challenge, dumps it in to try and get around Kiro. Played off the board, overskated a little bit by Leonard, but got it to head to Hoff. And here is Stofny. Stofny had it chopped off her stick by Hannah Schultz. Leaves it in the corner where Hoff can recover and play it back behind the net for Stofny. Stofny, low angle shot saved by Miller. Holds her ground against Hoff. Hoff still with the puck. Finally tied up and had it taken away by Bezcalo. Zarate flips it to the line but kept in there and sent right back down. Schultz looking, and now will play it hard off the far boards and at least get it out to center where Reynolds will recover. Play it back in behind the net. Schultz slides it up the near board. Hanley tied up. And Mirage able to come away with it again. Penalty coming up. It's going to be the first one of the game, and it's going to go against the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids team. Looks like Hannah Schultz for a hold with 2:27 to play here in the first period.
Well, the one thing that Coach Nelson, another thing Coach Nelson and I spoke about today was the fact that they've really been working hard on both their power play unit and their penalty kill unit. Now they're going to get tested here with 2:27 remaining in the opening period.
A big penalty kill, and they've had a tough time getting it out of their defensive end when it's 5-on-5.
No question.
Shot through traffic, ends up just wide. Kept in again along the near side board. Good angle for a shot, but right into the chest of Sammy Miller. Deli Helkus.
Well, the Mirage would certainly like to take advantage of the situation here. They've really controlled the action for most of this period. They've had the better chances, but you see it right into the midsection of Sammy Miller. And now with that one skater advantage, looking for that opportunity.
Tied up in the corner. Comes free. Northquist able to get it up the boards and all the way down. Good pressure from Del Castillo, but then lost her feet as she tried to change directions. And it leads to a 4-on-2 for Proctor. Hermantown is shot and a goal, and that one just got through Sammy Miller. Not a ton on it for Heikes, but found the right spot. A power play goal that puts him on the board.
Yeah, and she got a little piece of it, but just couldn't control it all. And we talked about it. The Mirage working hard all first period. It finally pays off for him here towards the end of the period on the power play.
Able to sneak it under the armpit. Glove side. And saw Miller got a piece of it, but couldn't quite squeeze it.
Like I said,
and it's a 1-0 lead for the Mirage.
Her 5th goal this season.
Centering pass deflected up and away. Corrigan trying to play it up the boards. Only one there is Hoff. Back out to the point, and now Hoff gets it back. Working off the sideboard up top. That shot blocked, went right back to the stick of Michaela Kiro. Cross, Halverson's shot deflected into the corner. Still a little more than a minute to play here in the first period. And Proctor Hermantown looking and operating like they still have a power play, although we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Halverson tried to pass to the middle, broken up, and just cleared the length of the ice. And a change for 4 of the 5 in white. Bloomquist just inside her own blue line. Tipped away from Brazier. Playing it in is Albers. Swung around and just out of the reach on the far side for Leonard. Kept in at the blue line by Northquist. Comes back out, and this time just eludes Bloomquist. Northquist with it, skating in on the left side. Northquist behind the net. Had it poked away. Stopped up, still battling for it. Coming away with it, though, is Opsahl, and Opsahl will skate up the boards. Cross-ice pass. Held on to by Tori Thomas. Blocker save, big rebound, but Keller able to sweep it to the boards for his SLPCR shot. Is blocked out front by Crawford, and the buzzer will sound, but Proctor Hermantown has to feel good going to the locker room. They're up 1-0.
Hi, I'm Ryan Nagasu, 2010 Olympian and bronze medal winner of the 2014 U.S. Championships. I knew I loved skating at the age of 5, and now it's become my life passion. Find your skating passion at the Coon Rapids Ice Center. Classes are available all year round. It could be the place where your skating dreams come true. See you on ice.
Back at the Super Rink, it is the first intermission, and Proctor Hermantown really opened with a flurry in that first period against Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids. They go to the locker room. They have to feel great about that first period effort.
They really do, and you know, our scorekeeper had them out shooting SLPCR by a 23-5 margin, and they pressured in on the SLPCR end all first period. You know, the SLPCR squad did get a couple of opportunities, had an open look at a puck, open net, but it couldn't put it in. But they're definitely being outplayed at this point.
Yeah, they have been pressured all game long. I think the scorekeeper may be a little generous on both sides for shots on goal, but the majority of the action definitely in the home team's end throughout the first 17 minutes of play. Sammy Miller has been very strong, and I'm sure even the one she gave up, she would like to have back. It was one that she got a piece of, but good pressure all game long from Proctor Hermantown. They have controlled the puck, controlled the action, and really done a great job at limiting to very little what Coon Rapids is able to be put on net. And there you saw the goal. It came on the power play for Deli Hikis and just slipped one underneath the glove of Sammy Miller.
And there you see the stats for that first period. Definitely the Mirage doing a much nicer job of making the opportunities, and they did get that one to count on the power play. But you know, right now SLPCR has a lot to do. They have to generate some shots. Just 5 by our scorekeeper in that first period. Definitely not enough offense for this team.
No, they want to come out and be a little more energetic and a little more competitive if they want to move on in the winners side of the gold division bracket here of the Schwann Cup. We'll have the second period between Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids and Proctor Hermantown right after this on CTN.
Looking for a new home? Come to Coon Rapids. Down payment assistance is available from the Mortgage Assistance Foundation when you purchase your new home with an FHA 203K mortgage. Any single-family home in need of renovation or rehab can qualify. Find out more today. Call 763-767-6422 or visit the city's website.
We love our new home.
Back at the Schwann Super Rink, ready to get this quarterfinal game into the second period. Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids really fortunate to only be down 1 goal, outshot heavily in that first period. And really, they did have one opportunity where the netminder Gray mishandled it in close. They had a poke at a rebound, but a defender got in behind the keeper to make sure that Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids was kept off of the scoreboard. But outside of that, they really did not have any sustained pressure on the Proctor Hermantown net.
No, and they certainly can't afford to give up the kind of opportunities that the Mirage had in that first period with, you know, whether it's 23 shots on goal or not. Nonetheless, they were definitely outshot handily in that first period. They cannot be outshot like that here in period number 2 if they want to, you know, just down a goal. They've got plenty of opportunity to get back in this game, but they can't let them dominate. They've got to do a better job of finding some offense.
That pass didn't quite click. Schultz was trying to get something happening right off the opening face-off, but it goes all the way down for icing. Off to face off against Court. Proctor Hermantown able to win the draw. Shot stopped up front and just left there and gave an opportunity for Stoffney, but stopped up by Miller.
Yeah, and again, fortunate because they left that puck for Stoffney right there, and she just fired it into Miller.
Another one that deflects. Chance and a big save for Miller. Rebound, didn't know where it was, and Stoffney had another chance and jammed it right back in where Miller could close the pads on it. And again, just flip it toward the front. It deflects. A chance on the turnaround for Hoff. And then Stoffney trying to jam it home, and Miller able to squeeze it together and hold on. Off the drop, Rainy Del Castillo with speed through center. Trying to get around the corner, and it's stripped away from her. Corrigan breaks up the outlet pass. Now played ahead, and Stoffney able to get in behind Northwest. Stoffney in, a shot, a save by Miller. She'll cover up again. Schultz taking away Reynolds at the back door.
Miller doing
Left
a good.
Stoffney really with no option.
No. And again, just taking away that angle and got it on her pad and brought it inside.
SLPCR able to win the draw. Keller flips it ahead off the board, stopped up and flipped back by Kiro. At center is Abby Halverson, moves it ahead, chopped away. Halverson recovers. Puck loose out of the reach of Keller. Halverson plays it back in. Northwest fanned on the clearing attempt. Heikes round to the point, backhanded in. Schultz stops it up, cross for Keller, just off of her stick and out of reach. Off the boards, and Heikes dumps it in. Schultz waits, plays it off the far boards. Therefore, it is Kennedy Halverson, and Heikes dumps it in again. Schultz behind her own net, long pass ahead to find Keller, who dumps it in on the backhand and gives chase. Behind the net, Jenna Reynolds leaves it off, and it's Opsahl looking up ice. Tipped ahead, Bloomquist will turn it over, and Bloomquist into the zone. Shot, and a relatively easy save for Gray.
The big
She
thing
holds on for the faceoff.
for SLPCR is to get shots on net. Now, you want a better quality shot than that, but again, get shots on net. Hope for a rebound. Hope to try and poke something home.
At this point, any shot will help. Just make the goalkeeper play the puck. Verratti off the boards, chopped at by Ganley, turned around by the Mirage. Bloomquist breaks it up off the stick of Miller, and she's chased back in behind the net. McClellan ahead. Ganley swept it out to center. Turned around there by Skylar Gunderson. Stopped up just outside the zone. And we're going to get a penalty against Spring Lake Park CR. A hooking call going against Simikiewicz.
Last time that the SLPCR team went in the box, Proctor Hermantown made them pay. We'll see it come from here. There's the hook.
Look, you see hands got the stick up in the hands and assisted her to the ice. Big shot from the point, kicked away by Miller. And recovered along the near boards, chopped away from Hoff, but recovered there by Kiro. Kiro at the blue line, walking across for Opsahl. Opsahl to Kiro. Down low, Hoff from the hash marks. Up top for Kiro, walking in, and here's Hoff. Wrist shot, save made, rebound. Del Castillo able to get to it, chop it off the boards, and try and make something happen shorthanded, and sweeps it out front. A chance and a save made by Gray. Just left the rebound there. And fortunately for her, Proctor Hermantown able to charge the other way. Schultz with a great angle, plays that one back out to center. Del Castillo able to chop it away from Stoffney.
What a great opportunity.
And then steal it from Opsahl.
Yeah, what a great opportunity for SLPCR. Just couldn't make it happen.
It was a great pass out front, great hustle. But unfortunately for SLPCR, they could not finish. Racing in along the far boards, Abby Halverson leaves it off there for Tottenham out to the point. Pass back to her was broken up by Brazier. That shot deflected, swept at by Heikes, but she missed. Heikes battling now in the corner with Northquest. Coming in to help out is Tottenham. Back out to the point. His shot deflected a couple of times, ends up behind the net where it's recovered by Halverson. Halverson to the top of the circle. Cross now. Controlled by Halverson. Played down low. Heikes will take it behind the net for the Mirage. Back out to the point. Back near side for Halverson. His shot through traffic. Deflected. A rebound chance. And Miller able to get it into the glove and hold on for another faceoff.
Again, that was all Sammy Miller. Nice job getting the save on that one. Moved quickly to her left, and she's able to glove it.
Well, the first shot didn't make it through traffic. It bounced around and right to a Mirage stick. And Miller with a great reaction, getting into position and making the save in close. Off the faceoff, Zarate can't poke it free. Biscalo had an attempt at it, played back into the corner where Schultz sweeps it along the boards for Keller. Keller can't get it past Hoff. Hoff recovers, gets it to Stoffney, plays it in off the boards for Hoff, centering, deflected into the corner by Miller. Round for Stoffney. Stoffney out to the point. Reynolds, that shot hit Zarate and deflected to the far boards. Picked up there by Kiro. Kiro ties up in the corner. Kick free by Schultz. Keller can't get it out. Schultz gets it back, flips it near side, stopped up inside the line by Reynolds. Played down low. Murphy stick check there and coughs it up as Hoff plays it back in behind. And as Schultz swings it around the boards. And finally, Keller able to get it all the way down. And too late as the penalty had expired. That'll be icing and a faceoff back in the SLPCR end.
Get more pressure by the Mirage. Again, doing a nice job of keeping it in that Cardinal end. And not able to come away with a goal in that power play opportunity, but put some pressure on. A nice save by Sammy Miller to keep it out of the back of the net.
Speed and persistence gets Castillo free again. This time a shot, a glove save by Gray. And Alyssa Brazier crash in the back post looking for a rebound, but nicely played by the Mirage keeper.
Well, yeah, she hasn't had a lot of opportunities, but this was a nice one by Ryan Gray.
Opsahl pressured in the corner by Corrigan. Able to get it ahead for Miller. Miller along the boards, gets past Northquest. And I'm sorry, but she just plain.
Yeah, she tripped.
I didn't think she got a stick in there. I thought
she just lost that.
I thought Taylin Miller just lost an edge and went down. But it's going to lead to another power play.
Northquest.
11-11 on the clock. So SLPCR right back at the kill. 3 shots, a couple of good looks for Proctor Hermantown that first time out. That shot got through. Miller with the pad save, poked at again. Recovered behind by Halverson. Work it out to the point. Gunderson through traffic, deflected and off the end board. Heikes behind the net, had it poked away by Bloomquist, but able to recover. Back out to the point. Gunderson fanned on it. Crawford sweeps it out of the zone, but not very far. Will continue to pressure. Played off the board for Heikes. Heikes into the zone, 3-on-2. She'll take the shot high and wide. Tottenham had a piece of it behind the net. Now Hoff races to control the loose puck. Hoff behind the net as the rest of the first unit for Proctor Hermantown gets back on the ice. Hoff playing it down lower. Stofny would come on. Schultz able to gain control though. Able to get a hold of it, get it back out to center. Quickly turned around, good regroup, and stepping in offside were the Mirage.
Limit on that on this place power play so far. Just 50 seconds remaining.
Just one shot on goal for this power play opportunity, but still a lot of ticks left when you talk about a team as talented, especially as this first group of the Mirage have been throughout the first half of this contest. That pass does not click as I'm bragging them up. They're having trouble with their regroup.
We'll show you, Yund.
Icing will bring it back to their end. 33 seconds left on the power play. Face off to the left of Ryan Gray. Hoff against Del Castillo, and now Hoff sent out. Bring Kerry Leonard in. Del Castillo able to win it on the rebound and a goal! Brazier chopping away at the rebound, and they score shorthanded to even things up.
That's all they needed was that opportunity at the net and get that rebound. Brazier doing a nice job, who Coach Nelson praised as one of the players along with Norquist, been playing very well as of late.
Oh, it was Emma Murphy.
See it again.
Del Castillo wins it. Murphy had the initial shot. It's Brazier that chops at the rebound and puts it home. And last game, the SLPCR, their only goal was a shorthanded tally by Brina Del Castillo. Here comes Hoff flying in, and she responds. Second power play goal of the afternoon for the Mirage. This one coming on the rush.
Not much time to celebrate Kelly Hoff. We talked about her in the opening as a player that the Mirage got back. She's a goal scorer, and she showed exactly what they meant by that, is a nice goal for Hoff as she puts her squad back up.
Speed can kill. She got the pass out of the defensive end and just raced to the other end, able to slip it past on the right side. Put them right back in front.
Hoff with her third goal. This is just her third game of the season.
Stafney and Akiro get the assist. Second power play tally of the game for Proctor Hermantown. They have a 2-1 lead. They've had two power plays. I guess that was their third power play. So they're 2 of 3 on the power play, and all the scoring has been done when they were on the power play. One, of course, they would like to have back, but good effort goal for Alyssa Brazier. Keller played it across to the far side and out. Proctor Hermantown able to turn it right back into the zone. Moved ahead. Keller will sweep it in on the backhand and give chase. Pressures Gunderson along the end boards. Puck comes right back to Gunderson, and she moves it ahead on the near side. Played out to center ice by Miller. Into the zone. Tottenham drops it off. The shot kicked away by Miller. Not a ton on the wrist shot by Abby Halverson. Tied up in the near corner. Northquest able to kick it free. Halverson trying to center. That's broken up and sent out on the near side by Ganley. And Proctor Hermantown able to get things turned around quickly. Tottenham plays it back into the near corner. Northquest ties up there. Coming away with it. Hike is trying to center. Swept back to the corner by Bloomquist. Northquest plays it around far side. First one there is Kiro. Kiro gets around Bloomquist along the end board. And now we'll leave it back to the corner, but as Cowlow moves it along the boards, Ganley sweeps it out to center. Stopped up again by Kiro, now Ganley will play it back for Northwest. Cross, Bloomquist pass taken away by Staffney. Staffney sends it to the corner and gives chase. Staffney, top of the circle. Now will shoot through traffic. Getting to it was Hoff, and just a great job of Miller staying in the way as she tried to send it behind her back out front, but able to put a pad on it. That was a battle of patience is what that was. A shooter and a goaltender, neither wanted to make their final move. This one out to the point. Gunderson through traffic, kicked away by Miller. Recovered by Hoff along the near boards. Back out, gets it back from Opsahl. And again, we've seen this a couple of times where they look like they're on a power play.
They really do.
Despite it being 5-on-5 hockey, they get the SLPCR team just backed into the slot and tied up. They're able to play the perimeter and keep control. Opsahl firing off the post. Comes out to Gunderson. Her shot off his shin pad to the corner. Bloomquist couldn't get it out of the zone. Opsahl battling. And now Bloomquist able to finally send it all the way down. And thankfully, some relief for the home team that is at the end of a long shift.
Yeah, they had alleviated some of that pressure, but Mirage did a nice job of keeping that puck in. Look at this. He fired it right off the post. But they do such a nice job of keeping it in their end. And in the end of SLPCR.
Shot, and that went off a glove, off the post, and into the net. And it's a 3-1 lead. Kennedy Halverson with a shot from the point to give him a two-goal bulge for the first time tonight.
Yeah, out-looking goal, no question about it. And when we see it on the replay, you can see exactly what happened. Is unfortunately right off the glove of Sammy Miller. And just off the edge of her glove, didn't play.
Off the edge of the glove, yep, off her shoulder, yep, and then off the post.
Into the net.
And into the net. First even strength goal of the contest. And that's going to put some serious pressure on the SLPCR squad.
No question about it. They're having a difficult time scoring goals as it is, and now down by 2 here.
Pass skipped away from Corrigan. Kiro chased into her own end, dumps it in behind the net for Kennedy Halverson, the goal scorer. Swings it around, kept in at the line by Emma Murphy. Back behind goes Kiro. Kiro had it tipped away by Brina Del Castillo. Corrigan trying to center, taken away by Kiro. Puck gets lost. Kiro able to recover, keep it away from Keller. And then chops at it again, and Del Castillo keeps it in. That shot just misses wide, ends up behind the net. Covered near side. Miller just wants to flip it. Stopped up by Murphy just outside the blue line, and she's able to play it back in deep. Stopping with it is Halverson. Can't get past Keller. Now tries to jam it out again. Puck comes free. Swept into the corner by Halverson. Kiro tying up, and I think it's in her breezers, and they finally blow the whistle. Yep. Jordan Keller took off the glove and had to dig it out of the back of her shorts. That'll usually get the whistle.
Yeah, usually.
Unfortunately, the faceoff comes back to center ice. On the stoppage, Hike is able to force her way into the zone, then tie up Crawford, get the puck back. Centering pass broken up by Northwest. Played off the boards, kept in by Reynolds, kicked at, and controlled by Bloomquist. Ahead for Crawford. Crawford will send it in deep. Far side, moved along, stopped up by Zarate. Comes free to Opsahl, takes it behind her own neck. Ahead for Hikes. Hikes has Hoff with her on the left wing. Tried to leave it, broken up by Zarate. Played to the line, but not out. Opsahl trying to step around Northquest, still has it. Poked free by Bizcalo and Zarate. Racing the other way for SLPCR. Zarate trying to flip it out front, stopped up, and Hoff will clear it all the way down. That'll be icing. And a face-off in the Mirage end. 3:44 to play. Second period. It's a 3-1 lead for Proctor Hermantown.
Again, SLPC are just trying to generate something, and you know, you give credit to the Mirage for really taking them out of what they want to do, but nonetheless, they're having just a tough time getting shots on net.
Gunderson plays it high off the glass, stopped up by Murphy. Tried to get it back in deep. They are unable to do so. It comes back to the SLPCR end. Schultz will get there in front of Hoff. Turns away from the pressure and now will start up ice. Hannah Schultz tracked by Staffney on the left. Lost it on the toe drag. Zarate a backhand, not a lot on it. And Gray easily makes the save and holds on. A little bit of talking going on.
Yeah, a little trash talking.
Got put to the ice, and Kennedy Halverson had a word about coming in on the goalkeeper. A word I'm sure that Schultz has relayed to opponents in the past at the other end.
Yes, no doubt about it. Got to protect your goaltender.
Cross-ice pass broken up by Corrigan, but recovered quickly by Taylin Miller. Miller off the boards, gets it back herself from the face-off dot. A glove save, and Miller holds on to the little bobble.
Yeah, wisely just to make sure she grabbed it after the bit of a bobble. You see it again, a nice move. Get past her, I think it was Bloomquist, and there's the shot.
When your hands are kind of tied when you play girls hockey, when that move comes up, you can't hit them.
Nope.
Boys hockey, you can hit them. But even in boys hockey, they're kind of cutting down on that and calling it interference a lot of times, depending on how long the puck has been off their stick. And Northwest chops at it. Brazier will play it back to her. Northwest behind her own net. Up the middle for Cameron Crawford. Slips it to Del Castillo, racing down the left wing, stops up, trying to center, and that was partially broken up, and Gray is able to cover for the faceoff.
Getting a little chippy as well.
The tension's getting a little high.
Yeah, I
Get
would
a
think
close
so.
one.
You want to get your team going offensively.
So just standing her ground, making sure.
No question.
Keep the other team off your netminder. Shot by Murphy, whistles wide off the end board, recovered far side. That pass broken up once, twice, and third time at least gets it out to center, where it's swept back to Schultz, ahead for Brazier. Brazier chopped at, swept in by Murphy. But here comes Gunderson the other way for Proctor Hermantown. She'll just play it in behind the net. Murphy mishandled it. Hoff right there to take it away. Lost it in her skates, able to recover, and now moves it to Reynolds, who lost it. Murphy and Reynolds go to the ice, swept along by Corrigan. Del Castillo stops up and now flips it up high, glove down, and clenching on it was Michaela Kiro. So that you can't do. You can just grab it and knock it down. You can't close your hand on it. So that'll bring the face-off all the way back to the Mirage end with just under 90 seconds remaining in the second period.
Get another period where the Mirage about played SLPCR.
Well, but SLPCR a much better effort here in the second than what they showed in the first. They have been able to create a little bit of pressure, but only getting the one. And here's an opportunity at the other end. Staffney in, lost the handle, second chance, she scores. And that's how goal scorers do it. Never give up on the play.
Yeah,
just reached back and able to poke the second chance through the legs on Sammy Miller.
Yeah, just made sure she knew where the puck was and got her stick on it again, getting a second opportunity after the first initial save, coming back, able to get the puck past Miller, and the Mirage have their fourth goal.
Well, and didn't get what she wanted on the first opportunity because of the back check by Bloomquist, but just a great job of reaching back and getting that second one in. And here they come again. Staffney from a short angle, stopped up by Del Castillo. Opportunity from the point, bounces around. Schultz had his stick on it, and that's going to be first penalty of the game coming up against Proctor Hermantown. With 47 seconds left here in the third.
So with
second.
The second. Yeah, with 47 seconds remaining here, the SLPCR squad will most likely continue on in that in the second period, in the third period. Hoff called for that penalty for the Mirage.
Well, and SLPCR with an opportunity here, they have to take advantage of 47 seconds before the break.
Yes.
But they need to have a power play goal before this opportunity expires. Whether that's here late in the second or early in the third, they need to cut that deficit.
No question.
Schultz across, Murphy's shot, hit traffic, plays it in behind the net. Schultz will get to it, the far side blue line. Schultz walking top of the circle, winds, fires, deflected, and ends up wide. Recovered along the near side by Del Castillo, top of the circle, shot deflected into the corner. Crawford will sweep it back out to Schultz, winds, fires. That's blocked. Played out. Hadrich right there to block it and then didn't realize she was standing right on top of it. She got to the bench. She felt that one. But Proctor Hermantown able to kill the first 47 seconds of that penalty, and they go to the locker room up 4-1. We'll have second period stats and highlights right after this. You're watching live girls high school hockey, the Schwann Cup quarterfinals on CTN.
Hi there, I'm Officer Harmoning, and this is Crime Prevention in 60 Seconds. Today we're addressing the issue of when should I call the police. It's not always an easy question to answer, but the quick response is whenever you think something's just not right. You know that gut feeling that you get that causes you to pause? That's when you should call. Call with any information regarding possible criminal activity. Call with ordinance violations and issues. Call on that vehicle you don't recognize that keeps driving around your neighborhood. Call on the person walking in the yards or driveways of your neighbors at 3 a.m. Call when something just doesn't seem right. Many times, people don't realize they hold an important part of the puzzle with what they saw or heard because to them, it seems insignificant. But it may not be. It may help solve the case and or lead to the arrest of the suspect. You know your neighborhood better than anyone. If it seems strange or out of place to you, please call 911. We need your help to keep our community safe. That's it for now. Until next time, remember, together we can make a difference.
Back at the Super Rank second intermission, Proctor Hermantown has strengthened their hold on this game. A 4-1 edge as we head toward the third period. Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids came out and got a huge boost with a shorthanded goal, but very quickly answered by Proctor Hermantown. Then they get a couple more to really solidify their lead going into the locker room.
Yeah, SLPCR didn't really get any time to celebrate that goal that tied it up at 1. And you got to give credit to the Mirage doing a nice job of capitalizing. The SLPCR squad did a better job of getting shots on net in that second period, something that Coach Nelson wants to build on. But now down 4-1, they're not a goal-scoring team. They've got a big hole to dig out of.
They do, and Proctor Hermantown has continued to bring the pressure, outshooting the SLPCR squad again in that period. Not quite as handily, but there's their goal. Brazier crashing the net and chopping a rebound up and over Gray. But then just seconds later, just 18 seconds later exactly, Hoff netted the power play goal to give them the 2-1 edge, and then the weird bounce made it 3-1, and Staffney late in the period, using her speed and persistence, reaching back to sweep the second chance between the legs on Miller and give them a 4-1 lead. That one came with just over a minute remaining in the second period.
There you see the shot on goal advantage for the Mirage, 39-14 in favor of Proctor Hermantown. And this is an opportunity again for the SLPCR squad to try and get their offense going again in the third period. But down 3 goals, they're going to have to make those opportunities count.
They will have a minute 14 on the power play to start the third period. They must take advantage, and they must put more pressure at the opposite end if they hope to advance in the winner's half of the Schwann Cup bracket. Third period of this quarterfinal game coming up next on CTN.
Families come in all sizes and shapes. Sometimes your friends are your family by choice, or sometimes you're just stuck with Uncle Charles. But what we know is that you want to protect the people that are close to you, but the flu can unravel everything. Your flu vaccine protects you and your family. No matter what draws your family together, protect yourself, protect your family. Everyone needs a flu vaccine.
Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids back on the ice and facing a big challenge. Down 4-1 to start the third period. They do have a minute 14 on the power play.
Well, you know, the Mirage team has just been playing with so much energy through those first two periods, and we'll see what they do coming out here in period number 3. I would assume that they will have that same kind of energy, especially up 4-1.
Here's a look at the bracket. Centennial moving to the winner's side with a 10-2 win to start things off in the gold division this morning. Lakeville North with a win over Duluth, 4-2. Those two will face off tomorrow evening. The winner of this game will face the winner of Eastridge and Thief River Falls, the final quarterfinal, which will be played directly after our event this evening. So inversely, the loser will play the loser of Eastridge and Thief River Falls. The losers bracket game at 2:30, or consolation bracket game 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, and the winners bracket game, the semifinal, is at 7:30. This one broken up by Staffney and poked all the way back to the Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park end, and then just left and mishandled and stolen by Staffney, and nearly had a wide open net to shoot out, with Miller and her defender getting their wires crossed on the handoff. Poked away by Carrie Leonard and played back in by Staffney, finally controlled by SLPCR. Brina Del Castillo carries to center, played off her stick by Staffney, recovered by Leonard, and she'll play it in behind, where Miller will leave it for Emma Murphy. Final 30 seconds of this power play, have not been able to produce a shot on goal with the advantage. Through the middle comes Emma Murphy, able to get it into the zone. Sets up at the hash mark, spins away, leaves it there for Brina, gets it back. Murphy up top for Schultz. Schultz trying to get it back down to Brina. That was deflected, and Del Castillo recovers in the corners. 5 seconds left in the power play. Del Castillo to the top of the circle. Tried to sweep it to Murphy, now gets it back to her. Back up top, Schultz fakes, carries to her backhand, out front, deflected, and ends up just wide. And Crawford paid a price for occupying the slot.
Well, Joe, you talked about it in that second period that the SLPCR squad needed to make something happen on that power play opportunity, unable to do so.
Gunderson skates in, no pressure, fires it wide. Zarate will pick it up on the far boards. That pass is in front of Simikiewicz, but they say no icing, as either someone touched it or someone was close enough they could have touched it, and Simikiewicz tripped up, and I'm not sure how that one doesn't get called. Guess she just had her stick there and she skated over it. Either way, play continues into the far corner. Ganley trying to squeeze it along the boards. Finally forced out to center by Taylin Miller. SLPCR trying to regroup. That pass didn't click. Icing waved off again as Opsahl recovers behind her own net. Head on the far side. Miller rather, is tied up. Shot deflected off of traffic. Opsahl recovers. Zarate tries to dump it back to the corner. Partial line change for SLPCR as Opsahl turns up ice. Play continues into the near corner. And recovered by Bloomquist for SLPCR. Swept up the boards, back down to get it. And Cameron Crawford will get it out to center. Played in deep. Chased by Alberts. Played off the glass. Hoff fires it off the boards, back out to center. Staffney challenging. Staffney hung up by Schultz, and Schultz is going to go for the hook. Her second infraction of the afternoon.
Yeah, and they can ill afford another shorthanded opportunity here, as they're going to go to the box. 13:29 remaining in the third period. Hannah Schultz is going to get the hook coming up here.
Pretty obvious when you get her turned around as she did there. And a good strong skater. You didn't take her off her skates, and she didn't hold the hook in there too long, but it was
long enough to get caught.
It was long enough to make her turn her body, and it's going to get you the call every time when it's right in front of the official. Kiro back to Opsahl. Opsahl top of the right circle, skates to the middle, down low. Hoff waits, walking in and shouts it. Her second of the contest.
Well, the defender fell down, and she took that advantage to step up on the ice, and again, a goal scorer, and you could see why they were excited to get that young lady back into the lineup. And she makes it 5-1 in favor of the Mirage. Again, watch the defender slip, and she steps up and puts it in the top corner of the net.
Waited for Sammy Miller to commit and go down. That opens up that short side upper corner.
Well, as soon as Northquist went
pops
down,
it in. It's the third power play goal of the afternoon for Proctor Hermantown. 3 for 4 on the power play. You gotta like that. And they're back to their average 5 goals a game. And it looks like they will extend their win streak to 8 in a row.
Unless something miraculous happens at this point in the hockey game, they definitely will.
Well, and this first line has been very fun to watch. Both Staffney and Hoff. And I think, Carrie Leonard on another line may be an outstanding player, but on that first line for Proctor Hermantown, she's along for the ride. Those two make things happen. She stays in the right position. Don't get me wrong. No knock on her ability, but those two are definitely impressive players, and they have helped the Mirage take over this one. 5-1 now, 3 power play goals on 4 opportunities.
Well, Leonard on that line before tonight had 8 assists on the season, so she's a good helper for that first line, no question.
This one just slips under the stick of Kennedy Halverson. She'll have to track it down back into her own end. Plays it off the board, stopped up by Tottenham and played ahead, but turned around just inside the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids end. Left off, pass back is deflected. Zarate can't recover. Pass by Thomas deflected off the stick of Schultz. She has to track it down and will take it in behind her own net. Haley Schultz will start up on the left side of the ice. Through center, into the zone, wrist shot, save made, rebound. There's Cameron Crawford, dumps it back in behind. First one there is Hadrich. He plays it up the board, tipped along and out to center by Taylor Miller. Murphy plays it all the way down. That'll be icing a faceoff back in the SLPCR end. 11:18 to play in the third period.
I don't see a lot of energy right now on the SLPCR side, and that's something
I think that has been a big part of the problem all afternoon.
It's something I haven't seen much of tonight, unfortunately.
Came out a little sleepy, and Proctor Hermantown has jumped all over him. Setting the pace all game long. The shot in, save, and the cover by Sammy Miller.
Well, again, you know, the Mirage getting those opportunities, and they've been making things happen when they get those looks at the net. SLPCR had a couple of opportunities in this game, but they got the one goal, and they had another one that they could have had.
Turnover, and that pass skips away from Keller. Reynolds just inside her own zone to Kiro, back to Reynolds. Dot to dot, plays it off the boards ahead for Carrie Reynolds, who gets it into the zone. Staffney out front, and Leonard couldn't quite get the one-timer off. Staffney gets it back. Leaves it off, Kiro along the boards. Kiro in behind the net. Bumped off it by Bloomquist. Northwest trying to help it up the boards. That stopped up, turned around there by Hadrick. And Proctor Hermantown again gets the puck. Circle pass out front. Nobody there. Keller flings it off the boards. Proctor Hermantown able to shove it back in deep. Brianna Bryant tying up. Keller comes away with it for SLPCR. She gets to the red line, dumps it in, and they'll get a line change. Behind the net is Olivia Opsahl. Moves it for Katie Lessard. Knocked away from her. Played back in deep by Del Castillo. Opsahl will recover behind her own net. Reverses for Skylar Gunderson. Up the boards. Clellan can't hold the zone. Good back check by Crawford to tie up with Abby Halverson along the near board. Battle continues in behind the net. Finally played around. Brazier is tied up there. Northwest, that pass off the heel of Crawford. Good back check by Del Castillo to pick the pocket of Lessard. Puck still loose right at the faceoff dot. Dug free by Del Castillo. She just flings it the length of the ice. That'll be icing in another faceoff in the SLPCR end. Just under 9 minutes remaining in the third period.
Yeah, they're just forced to take that icing just to alleviate the pressure and get a change. Makes it tough for the squad, no question. Coach Nelson cannot be happy with the way her squad has played here this evening. And a lot of credit obviously goes to the Mirage. They've played really well, come out with a lot of energy, and that really hasn't stopped since.
Simikiewicz using speed to get around the corner. Shot attempt broken up by Kiro. And this is a team in Proctor Hermantown that I have to imagine made the drive this morning. I can't imagine they came to town on Christmas night to get ready for the tournament. This shot deflected out front, didn't quite make it through. Zarate couldn't get it, stick to it again. This time circling at the top of the circle, shot through traffic, kicked away by Gray. Zarate in low, had it tipped off first stick by Kiro, plays it up the boards. Schultz there to hold the line against Ashley Nelson. Behind, Kiro gets it to Flemling. Ahead and out of the zone. Murphy will play it back in deep. SLPCR getting a line change. With the big lead, the Proctor Hermantown team has opened up the fourth line, and they find themselves pinned in the zone, but don't give up a goal. Carrie Reynolds back on and able to use speed and get into the zone. Circles back out to the point for Jenna Reynolds. And then pass out front broken up by Northwest. One last move by Jordan Keller before she got to the blue line, and Aubur's in offside.
Kind of been a tale of the night for SLPCR. Just when they've had the opportunities to break, just not getting it there, and the offside brings them back outside the blue line.
Tied up on the draw. Puck still free. Taken away finally by Miller. Staffney near side. Centering pass broken up. Bloomquist off the boards, kept in by Reynolds at the point. Staffney will pick it up behind the net. Short side pass and the goal for Reynolds.
They'll look right down the defense again, and that puck came right out to Reynolds in front of the net. She puts it past Miller. 6-1 lead now for the Mirage. Oh, she gets that goal.
Yep, and the assists to Staffney.
Yeah, again.
And also to Hoff. But yeah, great little back pass.
Yep, Miller not able to cover that far side.
Miller came back, got in a position, and good patience on the point of Reynolds. Had to kind of kick it up to her stick, but then able to beat her back to the far side. And yeah, 6-1 lead. This is all systems go for the Mirage. Well, they gave the secondary assist to Jenna Reynolds. Thought it was played down low by Hoff, but apparently I was mistaken.
No, you're right 99% of the time, Joe. It's that one small percentage. Can't be right every time.
So PCR finally able to force it out of the zone. Carmen gets it as it plays back in. Pressured from behind by Heydrich. Tied up in the official skates along the boards. He's getting tied up along with everybody else.
Can't get out of the way.
Let a poor guy get away. Played along far side. Brina Del Castillo with speed. Pressured by Heydrich and coughed it up. Shot by McClellan, misses wide, ends up behind the net. Tie up along the far boards now. Heydrich able to poke it all the way down and get a line change, and icing will be waved off as McClellan gets there first. McClellan, long pass to Brina at center ice. She sweeps it in, takes a weird hop to the far corner where Halverson turns it around, skips past Staffney. Northwest kept it in momentarily, or T-Walt rather. Played back out to center and tracked down by Schultz just inside her own blue line. Deflected into the zone, Gamlick. Tied up by Kennedy. Halverson to Walt there to poke things free. Hoff comes away with it for Proctor Hermantown. Hoff playing it up through the middle, and Staffney will catch up to it. Down low, trying to center, and went through everything, and Staffney ends up with it again along the near boards, leaves it off the point, pass down low, didn't get through as Schultz brings it up the boards and then played it off the boards to herself, and finally just dumps it in deep. Kept in at the far point. Turned away by Hoff, backhands it up and out. That's going to hit someone on the bench. That'll draw the whistle, and we'll have a face-off back in the Proctor Hermantown end. 4:25 remain.
Again, the Coach Nelson will have to go back to the drawing board, try and figure something out here with her struggling team offensively.
And this will definitely be a concern. I mean, Proctor Hermantown, a pretty solid single-A team, but a single-A team nonetheless.
Right.
And as they make the push for the second half of the season, that's, you talk about having trouble scoring, it's going to be even more difficult. You get to section time, and you're going to have some of the best teams in the state of Minnesota right in your section. Miller getting a little tied up with whoever it was that ended up in her crease. Looks like it was Joanna Tattinen. Here's Opsahl with it. Into the zone, top of the circle. Wines fires. Off a skate into the corner. That's a PCR. Chop it back out again. Kayla Kiro just in her own zone to Opsaw. Her pass blocked right back to her. She'll try again. This is deflected ahead by Miller. Turned around by SOPCR. Puck bounces just outside the zone. Taylor Miller able to get it back ahead.
Again, just no answer tonight for this Mirage squad. Single A squad or not, you got to be pretty impressed.
I'm surprised they didn't. I'm impressed they didn't blow the whistle. I'm pretty sure that hit somebody in that SLPCR bench. In close shot turned away by Miller. Wow. I don't. Oh, they did catch that.
No, they did.
I was going to say, how did you miss that one?
They didn't miss that one.
That was as obvious as possible. I thought maybe let's just let them play at this point. Penalty coming at 14:31. It's going to go against Tori Thomas. 2 minutes for hooking.
The SLPCR squad would like to salvage something out of here, see if they can get a goal.
Well, they did not get a shot on goal.
No.
On the power play. First time around.
Here's what the infraction's called.
It was hard to miss. Big shot from Schultz, deflected and goes up over the cage, off the glass. Del Castillo leaves it off. Pass out front, deflected. The save made. Rebound is covered up by Gray. She wasn't quite sure where it was at first.
It was a slow-moving puck.
Able to corral it.
It was a slow-moving puck, and she fortunately was able to see where it was for her sake, and the SLPCR squad couldn't get over there in time.
Good look out front. Good deflection from Cameron Crawford, or from Mallory Corrigan, rather. Crawford there looking for that rebound, but Gray able to cover it up. Del Castillo reverses behind the net. Out to the point. Murphy will give it back to Del Castillo. Lost the handle a little. Will leave it off, and that's broken up. Played the length by Abby Halverson. The race to the puck won by Schultz, who sets up behind her own net. Del Castillo, cross-ice pass out of the reach of Mallory Corrigan. And Halverson will fire it back out. Met at the blue line for SOPCR, and they probably could have been given a too many players on the ice penalty for that, as Bloomquist stepped on the ice and played the puck before the player she was replacing had left the ice surface. Crawford recovers out of the corner, cutting to the front. Shots deflected. Del Castillo is shot. Rebound ends up behind the net. Corrigan down low for Del Castillo. Top of the circle. To the center of the slot. On the backhand, a chance, and it's turned away by Gray.
A good opportunity there for SLPCR. Just couldn't get somebody over there with a stick, get a piece of the puck.
Tottenham finally able to get control and get it back to the Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park end, and that'll do it for the end of the power play. Under 30 seconds remaining, and Proctor Hermantown advancing to tomorrow night's semifinal at 7:30. And SLPCR will be in the consolation semifinal at 2:30. And definitely hope for a better effort offensively.
No question.
Opportunity out front, swept away by Miller. And the buzzer will sound, bringing this one to a close. And just one goal added, 2 goals added in the third period, but another power play goal.
Well, a nice showing by Proctor Hermantown. Really, Ryan Gray, the goaltender for the Mirage, not tested quite that often here tonight, but nonetheless, you got to like the energy and the come in the building by this Mirage squad. And they started that first period off flying high, and they didn't stop till the final buzzer here in the end of the third period.
And you talk about a team that's struggling on offense and need to continue to try and search for something that's going to work. Another tough game going to be tomorrow afternoon.
No question.
And they want to salvage something from this holiday tournament before returning to their very demanding conference schedule.
No question.
not a lot of highlights in the third period. Again, it was Proctor Hermantown setting the pace. They capitalized on the power play again. Their third power play goal of the game. Huff's second goal of the game. And then great little backdoor feed, and Reynolds slips it home. That made it 6-1. Coon Rapids' best opportunity came in the final minute on their power play, but just way too little and way too late. And they will need to find some answers in a hurry. Actually, we've got a little bit of a break. Nothing else for you this week, so the next time we do a game, it'll be girls hockey again when the Coon Rapids Spring Lake Park team hosts White Bear Lake. Then on Thursday the 5th, we see the wrestling squad against Champlain Park. And on January the 10th, we get to see the Red Hot boys basketball squad off to a 4-1 start and hopefully to keep their roll going. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score from the Super Rink. It's Proctor Hermantown 6, Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids 1. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us to continue to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young saying good night.